dressed up, man.
Hey, Tobin. Hey, Tobin. Who has the best hair in club? Is it me?
Oh, yeah. Woo! Best hair in club right here.
Miles
I'm actually changing my tag. But we actually got a match right now. Again, a possible rivalry. I don't know if I can call it that or not yet. But they definitely seem to like get all irked with each other. So, yeah, I love the heat right now. But right now they're smiling. But when the heat gets in, when they actually start taking games, that's when we get into the heat. That's when you'll feel it. But I mean, right now it looks like Detta's playing a very dominant game. And
okay, so you use the word dominant, and it looks dominant from the percentages, but I wouldn't say he's dominating right now. I just think he's playing smarter. He's making better use of Rob's toolkit than DTL is making use of Toonlink's toolkit. The way Detta is controlling the stage right now is not letting DTL do any of the things he wants to do with his projectiles. Just like right there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say another thing is, when you're in control of the stage with Rob, you're in control, man. It's really hard to lose that, especially when you have the top out. But you'll notice when the top is gone, that's when the neutral resets. That's when Dylan kind of has more of a vantage point to make some moves. But when that top is out, it's a struggle. And look at, he just tossed it out there, making that,
that's what Detta does.
Hard.
That's what Detta does. He makes your recovery hard. Once you're off stage versus Detta, you're not getting back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a match.
One thing I would use to describe Detta is awareness. He has an awareness of the game that I don't think too many other people possess. The way he sees, and that's why he's so good with the Euro, that he just has an awareness for the game. He knows where you want to go. He knows how you want to position yourself, and he places the Euro in the perfect place to just mess you up.
Well, and really what it's about is, he just knows that if he places the top like here, then he knows how many options you're going to have, and he just reacts out of that. He just plays that game of having the top really be the center that comes in between him and DTL, and he's doing actually a very good job of playing that game right now. But Dylan is catching up. He looks like he's throwing out a couple projectiles, making sure to keep the boomerang out there, not committing at all, as you can tell. Yeah, but looks like he's going in with some nairs. Detta as well is trying to put on some physical pressure. It looks like they're starting to get close to each other, but then they just move back and start spacing again.
I mean, these are two very projectile-heavy characters, so that shouldn't surprise you one bit. It looks like now, though, as we're getting later in this match, DTL is really figuring out how to better utilize his items against Rob. I think at the beginning of the match, he wasn't quite sure how to use his items to get around the Euro, but he's looking like he's figuring things out now and making things a little more difficult for Detta. Yeah. If you haven't been paying attention to the bottom of the screen, Detta had a little bit of a lead there, but now DTL's up a stock with a lot of percent on him, though.
Okay, so we got a tie game here, and I think a lot of the struggle there was just really learning and adapting to the top use. Again, I just see that as like Detta's center in the way that he plays Rob is really just that top and how he can use it to control the game. It's, I honestly could even say that these two players play very similarly in a way. They'll really mix up just like staying back, but then just kind of going in really hard out of nowhere.
Definitely.
Just kind of psyching their enemy out. So very similar play style, and it's really interesting to see that come out when they fight against each other. Oh, Dylan putting on really good bomb pressure. Ooh. Dash attack, doesn't get a follow-up on it, but Detta is kind of hesitating right now, it looks like, but he's trying his best to get in.
And I don't blame him for hesitating. I mean, right now, dealing with Toonlink, you've got, all he's going to need is one really solid up B.
Yep. And
Detta's dead.
Oh gosh.
And that's a dead, a joke that Detta himself would make.
Oh no. That's a bad one, Detta.
No, you heard Detta right there said, I was expecting you to just up B. That's all Toonlink needs to do, but Detta needs to get this kill. He can't. He's on his last stock. He cannot let DTL put too much damage on him right now.
Yep.
That F smash hurts.
What do you think happened to shift the tides of this match?
DTL figured out how to get around the Euro.
Yep.
And Detta started getting hit. Detta wasn't getting hit at first.
Yeah.
Now Detta's getting hit.
He definitely does not seem to have the same stage control he had in the beginning of the match.
Definitely not. He needs to do a better job of forcing DTL onto that platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
This is definitely still winnable for Detta. I don't want to make it sound like at all like my boy doesn't have this.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
you know he always does.
It's a very nice spot dodge to avoid that
uses
grab.
the Euro to block.
Yeah. Okay, getting a lot of shield grabs against DTL. DTL's got to watch out against those commitments that he's making.
You know, sometimes when somebody's approaching you, you just got to reach into your pocket and just pull out a big, meaty Greek dish.
Oh, okay. So, see, I think DTL is making too many commitments. He needs to he's playing that projectile game he was doing that was, you know, being the success of this match so far. But
definitely getting greedy. Gets the snipe.
Ooh, okay.
Not quite enough to kill.
We got the bomb coming in. Where's he going to go from here? He jumps a little too high to throw that boomerang. Puts him in a bad position. Recovers with the up B, but he is hit by that forward smash, and Detta takes that game very surprisingly, actually.
I wouldn't call that a surprise at all.
You know, honestly, I agree just based on the fact that DTL was just committing way too much. Definitely. It looked like he was doing a lot of dash attacks. I saw down air.
Towards the end, he wanted that kill. He wanted to end the game.
Yep.
He felt it. He's like a shark. He could smell the blood in the water. Detta was bleeding and he wanted that kill. He got punished for it. You know, Detta playing Rob. Rob is a character that just punishes that mentality so bad. When you want to kill, that's when Rob's going to kill you.
Ooh, okay. So he's really chaining these forward airs together. DTL struggling to get back, but now it's kind of reset to neutral a little bit. Ooh, DTL coming in with the bomb and getting a nice chain there, but Detta's coming right back and switching sides basically.
Now, I think this stage is an incredible stage for DTL in this matchup for two reasons, really. Detta can't really use the Euro to control that much of the stage. I mean, he can throw it at a platform at a time, or just grabbing the ledge right there. Detta probably could have recovered if he had gone high with one of the boosts and then air dodged on the stage. But yeah, DTL just has so many ways to cover all these platforms, cover the stage, really just use Link's toolkit to make the entire stage his home and make everywhere a dangerous area for Detta. Whereas the Euro, you know, he can only cover, you know, center stage. He can only do so much to gain stage control. Whereas on a stage like Smashville, he can be so good having that big flat area to work with. He can control all of that, control all of the horizontal game, whereas DTL is so much better at controlling the vertical game.
Right, definitely. Yeah, you make a good point there. I definitely agree that this was a good counter pick for DTL, and it's really showing right now. He's at least keeping a decent control with his projectiles. You know, nothing more than a couple little hits by Detta, but even though he's at a high percentage, he's still looking so solid right now. Definitely a confident 189% he's got right there. I just can't see him losing it right now. He's playing very solid. He's applying pressure when he needs to, but just not committing like he was in the last game. Oh, and that was a nice snipe by Detta right there. He's got a big smile on his face.
Completely unnecessary, but sometimes it is necessary when you're down and you gotta, you know. Get a second hit.
What was
into
that?
The up B?
I know that Dylan was saying that he wants to start getting more of those like down air spikes because he liked them a lot in Brawl, and that was just a good example of how you can use it in this game.
Time out. Did you see that? Detta had him in a grab. He was about to throw him, but the boomerang that DTL had thrown before came back and hit Detta out of the grab.
Dang.
That's some shit.
So yeah, that definitely kept Team Link in a very good position.
Right there, DTL making a mistake. Do not do something laggy against a Rob that's crouching in the middle of the stage.
Scary stuff, definitely.
He will charge straight at you, get that side B in, throw out a Euro. He's going to play with your head.
Okay, and Dylan just pulling out projectiles. Oh, gets.
No,
that was a weird grab.
It was. No, I was talking about how I didn't have a lot of faith in the Euro on this stage, but what we just saw there a few seconds ago, we saw Detta controlling the stage in his own way, using the top to force DTL to stay on the platforms.
Right.
Because when DTL's on the platforms, then Detta can use his great aerial mobility to go up and really start some combos, really start some things that are going to lead him to kills. And when he places the top right there in the middle of the stage, it can make it really dangerous for DTL to come down.
You know, I would say that the top is just as effective on any stage. It's just not always as practical. So like on Battlefield, it's just not as easy to get the top in the right place because you really do want it in like under a platform. Like you don't want it necessarily in the middle of the stage. You want it more on your side, on your corner, and so that you can just kind of control that area because that's really what you're looking to control. Is just either left or right side of the stage. You really never want center as well, strangely. But he definitely plays best on the sides, in my opinion. Oddly enough. See, that top position right there, just a great spot for that to be. Perfect, in my opinion. Oh wow, so if we look at the stock count now, it is very different from last game. DTL is at a more solid lead than we saw him before. Where we saw him make a mistake again was just overcommitment, and it looks like he has gotten past that.
Detta's definitely just having a problem killing him right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting the hits in, he's getting the straight hits, he's building up the percent, he's just not able to get the kills.
Right. DTL is just doing the right DI, but so is Detta, absolutely. And, wow, mixes in the top. That was a 3-hit combo.
Ooh, and he killed him. He killed him.
I actually did not see how it happened, but I wish Dylan didn't lose that top. It looks, honestly vital in the matchup is like knowing how to use Rob's top against him because it's super possible.
Oh, Detta. Oh, he's scary. Oh, Detta.
I personally can't believe that happened.
Dude, Detta's Rob.
Again,
it's
another
so
run
juicy.
back.
Detta's Rob is so juicy. Wow, Detta.
Let's see. Yeah. That's a second game taken by Detta.
Going back to Smashville.
You can tell DTL's not happy, but he's got to prove it with his gameplay that he really got what it takes to take this set to push past that boundary of frustration and just take it. And
so, what does DTL stand for?
Demonic Toon Link. So he, back in the day, he used to use the Toon Link skin that had the red eyes and like the black suit.
Yeah.
So he just named it after that. I don't think it was anything too creative or inspired, but that's kind of what he chose and what he's always been known as. Yeah, I don't know if you know too much about him, but he's actually big history in Brawl.
Really?
Yeah, he was for a little bit pretty much #1 in Colorado in Brawl for like a good couple months span, like as Meta Knight.
Really?
Yeah. I don't actually know how long it was for, but he was at least somewhat dominant in Brawl. So kind of where his background
bounces off the top, causes the top to go into the air, gets hit by it to come out of his down air. That was some weird stuff. A Wu-Tang Clan on my build, I can hear that.
Yeah. That's cream. And doesn't get the down smash, but it didn't seem like that down smash like pushed Detta away. And so it didn't seem like it was too crazy of a commitment to do if that's going to happen just every time, because Detta couldn't have grabbed him out of that. He really couldn't have done anything. So, but Detta does get the first stock there.
Finally see the first kill of the game at a minute and a half in.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lengthy game with these two characters. That's
it
for
just
sure.
shows you how patient these two players know how to be.
Oh my God.
Solid. DTL takes that stock right back without taking any damage of his own. Oh, that was a hard read by Detta.
I think I play loser of these, or is there somebody else I have to fight? Who else is in the tournament?
Oh, that was unfortunate. DTL losing a stock at like 4%. That hurts.
Do you have the bracket handy?
It's right over here.
Okay.
Well, see, one thing a lot of people don't know about the Lynx is they actually have great shield pressure.
Great shield pressure, yeah, absolutely.
Nobody really thinks about it, nobody really talks about it, but you don't want to be in your shield against Link.
Absolutely, and gotta say, Toon Link Snare, when it comes to shield pressure, that is a great tool. You can space that so well. It actually has a really nice tipper that you can just kind of like slash, Very good shield pressure in that sense too, but their projectiles also do a very good job of that. However, I will argue that it is, if you can play the game right, it is pretty easy to get past Toon Link's projectiles. you really just got to keep throwing out shield and just make sure you're not getting hit by anything. You have to be invincible to that. Understand why he's throwing a projectile and just kind of read past it.
Detta needs more percent. If he wants to capitalize on that self-destruct, he needs more percent.
There we go.
He didn't get it.
So we've got a tie game right now, and if you look at both players, they definitely look very focused.
But the thing is, it shouldn't be a tie game. DTL had a self-destruct, and he's now in the lead again.
There we go. That's the magic right there.
This man's feeling himself.
Absolutely. Gets that grab, beautiful grab, goes for the up smash, but that is not the kill. I would have rather she saw like a grounded up B to just kind of catch him in that and follow up. Gets a forward air, drops a bomb. Ooh, another forward air, just keeping him off the ledge. He's on his last boost. Oh, that was it. That was it.
I don't know what he was trying to do there. He could have made it back to the stage. That was weird.
Still a very scary situation nonetheless. And looks like Detta's coming back a little, definitely charging him on DTL, but DTL just not having it.
No, he's definitely not phased by the Euro anymore.
No
you
way.
haven't seen him get hit by it.
Not at all.
Solid minute.
He just tries to get over it somehow. He doesn't worry about it. He'll play the Euro game just fine.
Ooh, crouch cancel down smash.
Oh, he hits the Euro back. But Detta catches it. That was pretty cool, actually. He hit it back with the boomerang, and Detta comes back up and catches it. You know, which is actually the best move he could have done because he wants to keep control of that gyro as much as he can. But
other people are calling it the Euro now.
Yeah, the gyro. But Dylan is in a lead. But as we saw in the past two games, you know, I'm not too sure what happened in the last game, but we'll see how this closes out.
It comes down to Detta's offstage game. When he wants to, he can kill you at 10%.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. Rob definitely has the tools to do some gimps, for sure. That's why you always want to stay away from the ledge as Rob, and you want to keep control of the center while he's on his sides. You have to play the sides game, really, actually, with him. He's on the left, you're on the right. Okay.
That could be it.
And that's it, yeah. So that went into an up smash. That combo he did right there, the down throw to up smash, is actually pretty new in a way because you never really relied on that as much in 3.5 or before.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, that is one of the bigger finish moves that he has been given in 3.6, and he actually got a lot taken away. His up B. Mm-hmm. So normally it was the hitbox or the knockback was always the same throughout the entire up B, but now they nerfed it to where the first part of his up B has the greater knockback, and then anything higher than that is kind of shitty.
Ooh, Delfinos.
They nerfed him, and then they give him that weird like down throw up smash. But I would say mostly they kind of took away a lot of things from Toon Link that they really should give some back of. I liked his man in 3.02 personally, because he had like a fox kick.
Yeah.
So
I'm a large fan of this stage.
Yeah,
a large fan of this large stage.
Large fan of this large stage. Yep. This is a great large stage. Definitely one of my favorites because I always loved the Castlevania one, and was sad that they took that out.
I mean, it's the same thing, only less like messed up because Castlevania was like weird. On the walls, did weird stuff.
The ledges were weird, I remember. But yeah, this is definitely like how it should be. I love the colorfulness. I love that they patched the background because in the 3.6 beta, that background was like as bright as the stage, so it was very hard to distinguish. So I'm so glad they fixed that in this one. I was so pleased by that. PMDT is the best.
No, but something I wanted to talk about was. It happened about 20-25 seconds ago. Presence of mind from Detta. Knowing when he came back on stage, knowing exactly when and where to place out a nair, just to give himself a good position coming back on the stage, knowing where he needed to be and knowing what options he had to get him in the position that he needed to be.
Very awesome stuff. And Detta gets first blood with an up air, and you know, this really is a test of who is going to play the projectile game of their respective characters best. Because that's kind of what this stage is a call out for, is I'm going to play the Gyro game, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to control the stage with the gyro. I like the space that I have with Rob.
That's Rob stuff. That's Rob stuff. That's Detta Rob right there.
Yep.
The forward airs, that's what Detta does.
So, gotta agree with that counter pick that Detta chose. So he's in a nice lead right now. Now, if DTL gets the kill and then tries to come back, that's really all he can do. Oh, gets the up smash. All right, DTL's down a stock. They are just going at the projectile game, but looks like DTL won it, but gets chill grabbed actually. Looks like he's committing too hard again.
Yeah, he's getting hit by the gyro again.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting about that is it seems like that's been the defining factor of this matchup.
Right.
It's when DTL is getting hit by that gyro, he's losing. When he's avoiding it, he's winning.
Right. And you see, I've also seen like a lot of turnarounds too. Like it just seems like DTL will win the projectile game a lot of the time, but then just overcommit or just not do the right answer after it. And that's when it seems to turn around really. And it really kind of just did there. Gets them there, and he's up with the up air, but somehow DTL's still alive. I can't even believe it from that high. That is.
See ya.
Hey, see you later,
Love
man.
you.
Have a good one. Hey.
What was I thinking before Tobin rudely interrupted? Oh yeah, no. Maybe this is just my bias from what I've seen, what I frequently see on this stage.
Of course.
But it seems like to me, for all of the matches that I've seen, floaty projectile characters love the hell out of Delfino.
Absolutely, and strangely me as a NES main too, because I actually like playing against those characters on big stages. I'll call them out all the time. I'm like, you know, as a NES main, I'm always just throwing up my shield, never letting a projectile hit me. You know, they can play their game all they want, but if they really want to get a hit on me, they have to come in.
Exactly.
And, wow.
Detta takes that. That's
Good,
the point.
good set by Detta, really. Good solid set. I thought that he played